What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Coding with Robbie. As always, I am your host, Robbie, and in this video, we're going to be creating a Shopify FAQ page. So we're going to be using theme sections, theme section blocks, and yeah, it's going to be great for any store that has an FAQ page. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's take a look at what we're going to be making today. So here's what we'll be creating today. So it's a page template, which displays the page title and the page body. And then you can add categories and questions, and you can click into the questions and it's going to slide open. And you can put whatever you want inside the questions. And it's all customizable through the theme editor. So when you pull up your FAQ page, you'll be able to add new categories and questions just like this. You can edit existing ones by clicking into it. And you can reorder and really do whatever you want. So it's nice and easy to use. And yeah, it's pretty easy to build. So let's get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. So I got my theme code pulled up right here, and we're going to create a new section. Let's just call it FAQ.liquid. And then every section in Shopify needs a schema and end schema. And then a schema is just some JSON where we declare a name for the section. So I'll call my section FAQ. And we also need, let's go capital. We also need some settings, which I'll just leave as an empty array for right now. That looks pretty good. Let's go above the schema and we'll just render some stuff. So we're going to be rendering the page.title and also the page.content. All right, so now we got a section that we're going to build our FAQ stuff in. So now we got to render this on a page. So we actually want to create a new template. So we're going to go to our templates folder right here. We're going to create a new file. We'll call it page. And then we're creating an alternate page template. So we go dot and then name it. So I'll go page.faq dot and we'll go JSON, which is the new way to create templates. So there we go. And now we got to put some JSON in here also. And I always forget what it looks like. Let's copy this guy right here. So you just have to declare a main section. So we have sections, main, and then you tell it what section is main. So ours is going to be that FAQ section, which we just created. And then down here, we just say, hey, render the main section first, which is the only one, so it doesn't matter. Save that. And now we should have a page template called FAQ. Let's go to Shopify. We'll add a new page. We'll go, hey, call this FAQ. This is the page content. And then over here, if you go to theme template, you should see that new template we just created. So let's hit FAQ, hit save, and then let's view this page. And you can see we get the title and the page content, which is good. And yeah, now we just got to add a bunch of settings to that section. So we can close this, and we'll go back to that FAQ section we made. And we're not going to add section settings. We're actually going to add blocks to this section. So we're going to have a block for a category title, and we're going to have a block to add a question. So let's add a new key right here called blocks. Blocks is going to be an array of types. So our first one, we'll go type, and we'll just call it category. And then for type, you usually want to go lowercase. And for name, we can capitalize it. So type category, name category, and then a block can have settings. And for this, it's just going to be the category title, so we just need one text field. So let's go type. Is going to be text. ID, which is what you select it by, I'll just go title. And then label is what shows up in the Shopify editor above the field. And for that, we'll just go category title. Save, and let's go see what that did. So now if we go back to Shopify, we go to themes, and then we go to customize. We can select our FAQ page up here. And you can see our section right here. We have no settings, but we have these blocks which we can add. So I can add a category and go, hey, general questions. And go back and add another one. Maybe we have a section for shipping questions. And then maybe one more for returns. Let's save those. And while we're working in the settings, let's add a block for questions. So we have our category block right here. Let's copy all this. And now we'll create one for question. So question, and then for question, it's also going to need a title. So let's just call this question title. And then it's going to need a body field. So let's copy these. For this one, it's going to be of type rich text, which is a better editor. We can do bold and headings and stuff. For ID, let's call this body. And then right here, we'll go question body. Let's hit save and go see what that did. So now if we refresh here to get our changes, we go add block, and now we can also add a question. So let's add one. Let's maybe call it, hey, how are your products made? They are made in a factory. Maybe just copy and paste that a bunch to get some content. Whoa. And maybe we'll do 2 paragraphs. And let's just copy this. And we'll add a few questions real quick so we don't have to do this later. What is your return policy? What else can we add? For returns, the product is damaged. What do I do? Maybe let's add some shipping stuff. Question, do you ship to Africa? And then what's cool with these blocks is you can reorder them easy. So I could drag this up to the shipping section. Maybe add one more question up here. Does your product come in blue? And I think that's enough questions for now. So let's save that. And now we want to render all this stuff on the page. So let's go back to our section right here. And let's start laying out some HTML. So let's go div class is equal to FAQ page. And then we'll have a width wrapper. So let's go div class FAQ page width. And I'll fix that spelling in a second. And then in here, maybe we'll have FAQ page header, where we'll paste in this stuff right here. And then for that page content, we really want to wrap that in a div. So let's go div class is equal to FAQ page header content. Just fix the indentation, and then we'll do our body down here. So div class FAQ page body, and here's where we're going to render all those questions and everything. So we have to do a loop where we loop through all the blocks in our section. So let's go for block in section.blocks, and then end for. And then we got to check what type the block is so we can do different stuff depending on what it is. So let's go and go if block.type is equal to, and if we scroll down, we can see we created 2 types. We have category and question. So let's do category. So if it's a category block, we'll do one thing. And if it's not a category block, we know it's the question block, and we'll do something else down here. So there we go. So now for category, it's really just going to be a heading. So let's go H2. We'll go class FAQ page category. And then inside of here, we're going to want to render that title setting that we put inside the block. So it's block.settings. If we scroll down, category settings, we called it .title right there. So .title, that looks good. And now let's do our question down here. So let's go div class is equal to FAQ page question. And then the question is going to be a little more advanced. So we're going to have a header part of the question. So let's go header class is equal to FAQ page question header. And then for the header, we're gonna have the title. So let's go h3. And it's gonna be the same as up here, block.settings.title. And it's the same because we named them both title. So category has a title and question has a title. So we got the header and then we got the question body. So let's go div class is equal to FAQ page question header, no, question body slash div, and we'll render it inside here. So let's just go and change this. I think I called it content, right? No, I did body, so let's call it body. And now everything should be rendering on the page, so let's try that out. We'll go back here and just refresh, and we have all those questions we added. So now it's just a matter really of styling it up and making it toggleable so you can open and close the sections. So let's style it up. I'll go to my style sheet. And we'll just do it down here. Let's go to FAQ page and just add some padding on the top and bottom. Go back and refresh, 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 refresh. Come on. There we go. Padding on the top and bottom. Let's add a width wrapper. So we had .faq page width. And let's go max width is 500 pixels. Margin 0 auto. We'll put it on the center of the page. And then let's go width is going to be calc 100% minus 40 pixels. And this will put a little space on the left and right when it's smaller than 500 pixels. So do that, refresh. Now it's centered. So let's style this header part right here. So that was .faq page header. Maybe padding bottom 60 pixels. And then the H1 within there. Let's go font size 44 pixels. And margin bottom 10. There we go. Let's make this a little bigger. So that would be FAQ page header. Actually, we got this class right here, so let's copy that. And let's just go font size 18 pixels. And maybe a little bigger. Let's go 21. And then let's start styling this. So we'll do the categories first. So that was just FAQ page category. And for these, we'll go text transform uppercase to make it all capital letters. Maybe opacity, we'll go 0.4. Font size 14 pixels. Margin bottom, maybe 20 pixels. See how that looks. Looks decent. There's too much space in between, so where do I add that space? Let's make this 40 instead. And let's start styling the questions now. Let's go to FAQ page question. And then we're also going to have question header and question body. And inside of header, we had that H3. Let's start there. So let's add a border on the bottom of it. So let's go border bottom, 1 pixel solid, number DDD. We're just doing these styles real quick. You can really style it up however you want. Now we got a little border. Let's add some padding on the bottom. Let's go, actually on the top and bottom, let's go padding 15 pixels, 0. Let's go to the heading inside there. We'll go font size 18 pixels. See how it looks. All right, it's coming along for the header. Actually, let's move this padding to the, yeah, let's move it to the header. And by default, let's hide this body. So I'm just going to put display none for now, and we'll fix that up in a minute. There we go. So now we need some space when a new category starts. And we don't want to do it on this first one because we don't want more space here. So to do that, where are we at? FAQ page category. So let's go .faq page question plus .faq page category. And this will just select categories that come after a question. So it won't affect that first one. We'll just go margin top is 40 pixels. There we go. And then there's too much space here because I don't know, we put too much space. So I don't know, let's try 20. Too little. Let's go 30, and then maybe here we'll go 30. Kind of even it out. Too much space still. Let's go. Where do we want that? Right here, we actually want this to be 10 because we have padding on the question. So there's 15 right here plus the 20, which was too much. That looks better. Let's add a little more padding on the header. Let's go and make this 20. Come on, there we go. And then we want little chevrons on the right here. You can get one from Google. Material icons Google. And just search for chevron. And we want one that faces down. Let's go SVG. Open it, view source, and copy the SVG code. And let's go here, and I'll just paste it right after the question heading. And then I'm going to get rid of this height attribute. Go back and see how that looks. So it's a little too big and we got to push it to the right. So let's do that. Let's go to our header and let's go, hey, this is going to be display flex. We want to align the items center with each other, and we want justify content, space between. And then we want the, oh, this is the wrong place actually. Get rid of that. We want FAQ question header, which is down here. And then we want that H3 to take up the most of the space, whatever's available. So we go flex 1. And then we got to shrink that SVG. So let's do FAQ page question header SVG. And let's just go width is, let's try 36 pixels. This is why I don't like doing the styles in my video. It just takes too much time, and it, you know, the focus of the video is in styles, but we're doing it in this one. There we go. And that actually looks pretty decent. So now we got to make it so when we click this, it'll reveal the body. So let's go to our scripts file. And you can ignore all that. We'll just create a new section down here, FAQ page. And then let's go document.query selector all. And we want to get all our questions, which are right here. We actually want it so when you click the header, it'll reveal. So let's get the header class. So this is going to get each one of those. And then we want to go dot for each. And for each header, we want to add a click event listener. So let's go header. Add event listener, click, and then when someone clicks it, we want to run our function right here. And let me just clean this up so you can see it better. So let's go const question headers, go like this. There we go. So now when someone clicks it, we want to run our code. So what do we want to do when someone clicks it? Let's see. We want to go up a level. So if someone's going to click this, where are we at? They're going to click this header. We want to go up a level to FAQ page question and add an active class right there. So let's go header dot, and then we want the parent element. Forget if that's a function or not. I don't think so. And then we want to go dot class list dot add, and we'll add active. Let's see if that works. Let's go back here. We'll open up DevTools. Let me make it bigger. We don't need this right column. Shrink this. Let's refresh. Inspect this. And now when I click, you can see it's adding the active class. But we don't want to add it. We want to toggle it. So it'll go off and on. Refresh, refresh, and now I click, it adds it, click again, and it doesn't remove it. So let's refresh and try again. There we go, it's adding and removing it. So now we can apply some styles for when that active class exists. Let's go back here. And the first thing we want to do is rotate that SVG so it flips up. So let's go .faq page question, and we want it when it has the active class also. And then we want this guy right here. And when that's the case, we want to go transform, rotate. We want to rotate it 180 degrees, and we want to animate that. So let's go transition, 0.2 seconds, transform. What are we at? We're already at 20 minutes. All right, let's see. Go back. We can close this now, refresh. I click it and it flips up, and then we want to display the body. So let's go here, and when it has that active class, we want to put display block on the body. Display block. See how that looks. Now we can open and close it, but it's kind of hard. We could make it slide out if we wanted to. And to do that, instead of just doing display, we can go max height is 0, overflow hidden. And then we got transition, 0. Let's go 4 seconds, max height. And then when it has that active class, we'll go max height. And it has to be something greater than we think it'll be. Let's just go 300. Go back. And now it kind of slides open, which looks a little nicer. So what else do we got to do? We could maybe slow that down. It's kind of fast. I think we have a little too much height. Let's try 240. That's too small. 280. So with the pure CSS, you kind of have to adjust this for the longest question. And let's just go 400. Screw it. And let's make it, never mind. All right, that looks pretty good, but we need some space below there, and we need to space out these paragraphs. So let's go back here. I'm actually going to add another class inside of here. So let's go body inner. And then on this class, we'll add some padding bottom. FAQ question body inner, padding bottom, 20 pixels. And then let's just space out the elements inside of body. Let's go FAQ page question body, star plus star, margin top, 20 pixels. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Not working. And that's because this gets the immediate child, so it actually has to go on the inner class. Refresh, come on. There we go. Now we got some spacing, that padding on the bottom, and it actually looks pretty good. And that's kind of a basic FAQ page for you. And you could style this up however you want. I just did something real quick, and when you shrink it, it leaves some space on the left and right. So I'd say this looks pretty good. This is good for most stores. I kind of do something similar whenever I'm doing a client store. And that way they can just add their questions in here, and it's nice and simple. They can reorder them, really do whatever they want. And yeah, I'd say this works for most stores. If you do have like hundreds of questions, this probably isn't the best way to go. If that's the case, you probably want a help center. But yeah, that's the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know you're there. If you have an idea for a Shopify focused video, let me know in the comments section and I'll do it. I'm planning on doing some bundle videos in the future, subscriptions. What else did I have planned? There's a bunch of new Shopify features coming out that I plan on doing videos for. But yeah, for now, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.